So this is my Legion Go on top of my eGPU box that I built. So I've got an RTX 4070 12 gig card inside, and as you can see, you can just have the Legion Go on top or even to the side. As you see, there's a comparison with the Nintendo Switch, the original version. As you can see, the Legion Go is just so much bigger. And this is where I keep my Legion Go when I'm playing on the TV. And what I love about the Legion Go is you can detach the controllers. So when I'm powering on my Xbox controllers, I don't always have to turn them off, or go into the settings and constantly change it. Now here's one of my favorite games, Forza. Now with the eGPU, I actually play all my games on 2K. I never ever play on 4K. I just don't feel the need for it. And plus, I try to minimize as many jitters or stutters that they may be. And so to do that, you have to constantly tinker with the graphic settings for every game. So that could be, I guess, a little bit of a pain for some people who are just new to the handheld world. So you got to keep that in mind. It's not a PlayStation or anything like that where you just plug and play and everything is peaches and cream. It's not. There's a big learning curve, and you have to, and that's the good thing about it. You figure out new ways, and the community is fantastic, and you'll find new little tips and tricks. And like for one is using the upscaling software and stuff like that to get the most out of it, and it's pretty damn good. Most games I play on the handheld device itself has handled like a champ. Even this game, as you saw in the previous video, and RoboCop and Cyberpunk 2077, they all handle like a champ, with all things considered. But it's only really that when you put the eGPU on, it's just next level, and that's what you would want if you plan to connect it to a TV. And that's why I always say to everyone, you have to decide what kind of setup you want. So if you're going to spend so much money on getting the best handheld, but then not get an eGPU, and you're going to play it on the TV or something, then you've just kind of handicapping yourself, because you really do need that extra graphic horsepower. So that's where the eGPU comes in. You're not going to get those graphics anywhere else from a handheld device. It's just quite limited. Now, when I was playing my games on the handheld, like I said, all games pretty much handle well. But it was only until one game in particular that I was struggling with the handheld device, with the graphics, with its own graphics, and that's this game that's coming up, which is one of my favorites. It's actually Gates of Hell, and Call to Arms, Gates of Hell. And playing it on the handheld, it just struggled, even with the lowest settings and everything. It just couldn't handle at all, to the point where I kind of gave up. Now, as you can see, once you plug the eGPU, that's it. Like it's handling every game, every title pretty much. And that's the fantastic thing about these little devices. Even though they're, in some cases underpowered, like when you figure things out and figure the tips and tricks, and you connect the eGPU to it, it becomes quite a formidable little handheld device, where it really keeps up with things, most of the time. And you got to understand that it is a portable first. So that's why I love these things. The ways that you can use them and the things that you get out of them, it's just there's no comparison. Like you have a PlayStation, and that's what it's just gonna sit there, and that's what you're playing for the duration of the time. Whereas you have a handheld portable, not only can you set it up like a console, but you can also take it with you wherever you're going. Like I like to take this sometimes to bed, and I like to play this just before I go to sleep. So it's, the fact that I can just unplug it and easily take it to my bedroom, as opposed to the PlayStation. You ain't taking that from room to room. You know what I mean? It's just going to be a little bit unrealistic. So the fact that I can actually take this, coupled this with Game Pass, with their enormous library catalog of games that just keeps getting updated. You've got an awesome little gaming handheld device that you can literally just take anywhere, which is fantastic. And I mean, like I always say to people, figure out what you want, because if you're just getting a handheld, that's fine if that's all what you need. But I mean, if you're connecting this, like I said, to a TV, you may need to get an eGPU. So factor that into your budget. That's why, like, if you get the biggest and the baddest handheld device, which will cost you thousands, and if you're not going to get an eGPU, you'll probably still need one, because you're not playing, I doubt you're going to be playing 2K graphics on that little handheld device without the extra eGPU. So you're forking out even more money now. So you got to figure out where your budget lies, and I'm just showing you now that with the original Legion Go and coupled with an eGPU, you're gonna get great performance. So that's what I'm saying. So like even the Legion Go is a little bit still on the pricier side, but I mean, you need to factor in what the Legion Go offers, and they offer, you know, the detachable controllers, a bigger screen, and this and that. So, you know, if you really wanted a cheaper option, then you would probably go with the ROG Ally, and then you can just get an eGPU type of thing. So if you wanted something that's going to give you pretty much what you see right now on the screen, so you're going to get that kind of performance and expectations. So one way or another, whichever handheld you go with, you're not gonna lose. Like, they're all fantastic. It's just what you really want to get out of it, and what you you know, and what your preferences are, type of thing. So for me, like I always say, I just wanted to be, or to have, the ultimate device, in terms of, I don't just want a handheld device that I use just for gaming. I want to be able to use it beyond that, just in case my situation does change, and I would just like to cover all my bases. So I want that hybrid display where I can just remove the controllers and they don't have to bother me, and I can play games like this, which is Sudden Strike 4, one of my other really good favorite games. And I want to use it with the keyboard and mouse, and I just don't want to have those controllers in the way. And it gives me that flexibility, and I get to choose the way that I use the unit. So, and the other thing is that you need to understand as well is, when you buy a device that has the controllers inbuilt to them, when you go to play a 2-player game, it's kind of silly that you have to buy another 2 controllers for you and your friend to play. Whereas I like the fact that I was able to just buy 1 controller for me to play with a good control pad, and then if I do have a friend that wants to play, they can take the Legion Go controllers. Like, doesn't that just make more sense? Like, I believe all handheld devices should have removable controllers for that fact. Like, you just remove them off the screen and you can play from afar, and then if you got a friend and then that wants to play, they can take those controllers, and you can take the Xbox upgraded ones that you use when you're gaming at home on your TV or whatever. Because the Legion Go controllers are good, but I mean, they're not Xbox controllers good, you know. So you would probably use those controllers anyway. So chances are of having that control pad already there are going to be pretty high if you're into gaming like that. So the fact that you have to buy another control pad just doesn't make sense to me when it already comes with the unit type of thing. So that's everything that I had to say about it. So yeah, like, if you're going to get one of these handheld devices and you're new to it, I do recommend an eGPU, even if it's a 4060 card or anything like that. Like, you can make it a little bit cheaper, and it will be the world of difference in terms of your gaming, if you plan to connect this to a TV. If you don't, and you just want handheld gaming, then that's fine. Then go all out. Let me know in the comments section. I'll love to help anyone. You know, maybe you're new to the whole thing and you may need advice or anything like that. Hopefully my videos helped you, or helped you decide, or maybe turned you away from this whole thing. But yeah, I'm here to help, and I will see you guys in the next one.